Yo, what's going on guys? Impulse here, welcoming you back to another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today I'm going to be battling Dan, who offered me a battle and I decided to accept it. So for the team builder, you can see that I've got a Klefki, a Gyarados, Tapu Koko, a Porygon 2, a Alolan Marowak and a Crobat. And my opponent's got an Incineroar, a Crobat, a Alakazam, Vikavolt, Metagross and Golisopod. So we're going to jump straight into the battle. If you want to be featured in a battle, don't forget to drop your FC and such down in the comment section below. Also, question of the day guys is, what is your favourite chocolate bar? Or just chocolate in general? So go ahead and drop that down in the comments as well. Anyway, let's get into it. So I am challenged by trainer Dan. He's going to lead out with Incineroar and I am going to lead out with Klefki. So my aim is to get up dual screens, and we know that we cannot prankster this guy, but he's going to lead out and go for a fake out, which is not going to do too much damage. Obviously we resist that, but it's going to cause us to flinch. So I'm going to get that reflect up. I've got the light clay, obviously it's going to make me stick around for 8 turns, and he's going to just powerhouse with his flare blitz. He's going to fire it off, he gets huge damage on us, and he's also going to get the burn, which is kind of an issue. And there's nothing much I can do about that. He's going to take some recoil damage as we take the burn. And yeah, I kind of want to preserve this, try and get a screen up later. So I'm going to switch out and go into Gyarados. So I'm going to come into Gyarados and get the Intimidate drop on this figure. And I can take a Flare Blitz pretty well. Especially while it's at -1. But he goes for the Earthquake. And Gyarados is going to evade that, obviously being Flying type. So my opponent switches out and goes into a Vikavolt. Figuring he might as well get his Electric type in while he can. I'm going to get a sub up, so I predicted that switch, and I'm going to get some life back from the leftovers, and now it's going to enable me to get a free hit. I know that Bug Buzz can go behind the sub, but that's not very effective, so I didn't think he was going to do that. And I go for the Waterfall, which is stabbed, and it does a lot more damage than I expected. He's going to break the sub with Thunderbolt, and I figured that I may as well KO this thing, get it out of the way, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I recover up with some leftovers, and then I'm going to go for an attack. We get the Waterfall off, it does huge damage and it's going to take it out. So I'm looking in a good spot with my HP wise, and he's going to bring in Incineroar. I wasn't too sure what he was thinking exactly, but I didn't really want to risk it. I didn't have any pluses or anything, so I'm going to switch out and go out into Porygon 2 to take a hit. P2 is going to trace his ability, which is not going to do anything for us at all. And he's just going to go for a fake out to get some little bit of damage on us. I'm going to switch back out into Gyarados to get a plus with my Intimidate. Now I know that he can't hurt me, I've got no problem. He actually goes for another Earthquake, playing it risky, and it doesn't do anything at all because we evade it again. We're able to get his life back up, and I'm able to set another substitute up as he goes for a switch. He brings out Metagross, and I figured that this was his Mega, so I've got the sub up, and yeah, I kind of want to take it out, but at the same time I kind of want to set up. So I have a little bit of time thinking about it, and after the Reflect wore off I was pretty upset. But I decided to go for a Dragon Dance, figuring that since I've got the sub up it's as good a time as any. I'll be able to outspeed if he Mega Evolves and breaks the sub, and I'll be good. He doesn't Mega Evolve, and he actually just goes for a Zen Headbutt, which is obviously going to break the substitute. I go for an Earthquake, knowing that I've got a +1, I outspeed this thing, and this is going to go down so quickly. So Metagross is going to go down, and that is a huge problem out of the way. I was still kind of hoping that it was a Mega, but I knew at this point in my heart that it wasn't. He brings out Incineroar, and I've got the plus. I'm predicting the fake out, and he actually goes for it, but that doesn't bother me too much. I'll take the damage, recover a little bit with leftovers, and I'll be able to do what I need to do. I'm going to go for a Waterfall. It's +1 damage, stab, and it's super effective, so it's easily going to take it out. Got the crit, but that did not matter. And we are slowly recovering all that life that we've used up so far. Then brings in his Crobat, which I wasn't sure what it wanted to do, but considering the spread I've got on this thing, I knew that I was faster. I went for a sub to see what it wanted to do, and thankfully it doesn't have Infiltrator, so we're able to evade the Toxic. If it did have Infiltrator, that would have been a huge problem, but because it hasn't, I know that I'm able to set up on this thing. I go for another Dragon Dance, and I know that I can get some pluses going. My opponent goes for a Venoshock, and Venoshock's going to put in some damage against the sub, but it's not going to be enough to break it. So now I figured I could just set up a little bit more and finish up with a sweep. And that is my intention. So I go for another Dragon Dance, and my opponent's going to go for another Venoshock, and he's going to attempt to break the sub once again. Venoshock obviously connects, and it's going to do enough damage to break the sub this turn. Figuring I'd have nothing to lose, I may as well set up another sub since it takes him 2 turns to break it, and I'd have a free attack on him. So that's exactly what I do. I set up the sub, and my opponent pulls his Z move out of the bag. Wasn't expecting it in any way, shape or form, but it looks nice I suppose for the battle. Not exactly sure why Crobat has a Z move. It's not exactly the most powerful attacking guy, so it could be used on something else. But anyway, it connects, and it's going to destroy the sub without even questioning it. My HP is looking quite low after all these repetitive subs, but I decided to go for another one. My opponent goes for a Venoshock once more, but it's not going to break the sub as we already know, and I'm going to start getting some recovery off. I figured this is the time where I'm going to stop messing around, and I'm just going to go for an attack. So I fire off a Waterfall. I've got plus who knows how many at this point, and it's easily going to annihilate Crobat. So Crobat goes down, and my opponent is going to bring in his next Mon. His next Mon being Golisopod. So the first impression was obvious. He uses it, and first impression is not very effective, but it's still enough to do the damage it needs to break the sub. And I'm going to go for a Waterfall, and it's going to do just over half, which is going to activate emergency exit and kick out his guy and bring in his Alakazam. So Alakazam's not really a threat too much. We already outspeed everything on his team, unless it was Focus Sash, but it's not. He's just going to Mega Evolve, and yeah, he's going to activate his ability, which is Trace, and he's going to trace our Intimidate and give us a minus, meaning that we can't one-shot the Golisopod anymore. But yeah, we kind of figured that would happen. We're going to fire off that Waterfall, destroy Alakazam, get a little bit of life back from leftovers, and we're looking much healthier now. So Golisopod's going to come back in, and of course it's his last Mon, and he's going to go for a Sucker Punch, and it's going to do some decent damage. Waterfall's going to fire off. I didn't expect it having Sucker Punch, and now I know that if I go for it again, it's probably going to KO. So, well, it's got potential chance to KO. So I decided that I'm going to be cheeky. I predict his Sucker Punch and I go for a substitute, but he actually goes for a Leech Life, and that's not very effective, and it's going to get him some life back, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to be able to sustain the sub and KO it with a Waterfall. So that is going to be the game. So GG Dan. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and as usual, if you have, or you've learned something useful, don't forget to mash that like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters!